everyone.
Good morning.
We're so glad to be with you today. We just want to encourage everybody, if you haven't grabbed a copy of our book that we co-authored with Doug and Adele Calhoun, Spiritual Rhythms for the Enneagram, we so encourage you to go out and pick up a copy. With each type, there's about 25, 26 pages that is full of the principle of harmony and transformation. It just gives a way for each type to move toward their best self.
Begins with just describing the type on its own, and then how accessing your other two centers of intelligence brings real health and strength and grace and peace and
Exactly. And then helps us live at a greater level of empathy for each type. There's a piece for empathy for each type, which is really helpful. And then in the back of the book, there's a lot of great spiritual practices for moving toward greater health.
Yeah, it's called Soul Resources. In fact, just take a peek there, kind of really very cool. So just for instance, in fact, I think that might be the next section we do is Stop for Harmony. And that's one of the soul resources, going through each and every type, the examine or the review of the day and harmony, the how each type lives into solitude and silence, and how each type prays. I mean, it's really just it's a full meal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, good.
Yeah, and we've got a cool announcement coming up pretty soon about some
of
the goodness that's going on around the book.
Awesome.
Yeah, so today we're going to talk about the fours and the fours moving into harmony. Yeah.
Yeah, so the title of the chapter for fours is Originality Joyfully Renews. So originality being the four, who is the original type, and they want to be original, they want to be authentic. Their life's pursuit is to discover themselves, to express themselves. And then joyfully is the connection to their head type, which is the 7. And joyfully, really that kind of enthusiasm and adventure of the 7 that helps lift the 4 up and out of the depths of feeling and expression. And then renews or reforms is what we wrote in the first Enneagram book on harmony. Originality joyfully reforms or renews. That 1 is a reformer, principled, and making sure that things are just and clear and right and good. So that 147 is really important. And maybe you want to read a story about the 4s from the book. So show them. This is it.
Yeah,
Grandpa's putting on his glasses to read to you
today
from the book.
Exactly. So this is a little biographical piece written by one of the 4s in the moving toward the 7 and the 1 and the challenge of that.
And in fact, we should say there are several little snippet stories in every chapter written by that particular personality style. And many of them come from people that we've worked with in spiritual direction, the Calhouns and us, or people that have gone through our training and certification in the Enneagram.
Yeah, so this 4 wrote, I've often wanted to feel special to others, but special was not valued when I grew up. Order, obedience, and conformity were what mattered. To measure up to all the oughts, I took myself very seriously. Being lighthearted, making creative messes, expressing my own desires, and improvising on my chores was not welcome. It just produced criticism and withdrawal of connection. I'd walk around on eggshells, hoping to reconnect. It didn't help. Sometimes my mom wouldn't speak to me for a couple of days. This taught me to be dutiful, like a 1, and dismiss my playful 7. It wasn't until college that I began to explore and express my spontaneous 7 energy. I also took part in sit-ins and protested the war, accessing 1 reforming energy. I climbed mountains, sunbathed in the nude, Wow. Wore outlandish clothes, watched film noir, and visited Europe using adventuring 7 energy. I had never felt more alive. I still feel the pull of seriousness, and I'm deeply distressed when someone disconnects and turns me out of their heart. 7 habits of gratitude and intentionally embracing joy balance me.
Yeah, so type 7.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And my 1 grounds me so I get things done.
So
Beautifully
type
said.
1.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think this is one of the best parts of the book are these real life stories,
Mm-hmm.
these biographical pieces that really help us kind of get a feel, because we all are unique, but some of that helps us get texture around what's been shut down in our life and what's alive.
Yeah, absolutely. And so you can even see that there's energy that comes with each type. And so, the 4 has this energy of moving away in life and going down and in and discovering and feeling deeply. And the 7 is the one that moves forward and is out there in life, right? And then the 1 is the one that will move against what is wrong and stand firm in what is correct. So you see these, if you were always going down and in, you'd become melancholic to the point of possibly moving into depression and staying depressed. And the 7 would bring you out into the adventure and discovery of life, but you wouldn't always want to be out. You don't always want to be moving forward and out there. So the 1 energy gives us this against, like this standing firm, this is too much. That is not what I should be doing right now. And so you see that all 3 energies give the kind of harmony that gives health in life. Any one of those is too much. Any one of those is too much. And so, in life, we're saying that your Enneagram type in its own too much is addictive. You can become compulsive with your always needing to be original and authentic and creative and deep and feeling and expressive and the 7 gets you into some lightheartedness and some planning for this adventure of life and the lightheartedness of that. And the 1 keep you grounded. So with that story, when you're talking about some of the things this 4 expressed as their way of pushing against that deep melancholic kind of feeling, like climbing mountains and bathing in the nude and those kinds of things, you can see that any one of those things could help regulate or moderate the 4 deep feeling, sensing energy. It could moderate it, but it could also get out on its edge and take you places that you might not want to go.
Yeah. So we would say today we want to encourage our 4s to live fully into your IQ, your EQ, and your GQ.
So the IQ is the
heart, or I'm sorry, the head.
That's right, the 7.
Yeah.
Right. And the EQ.
The EQ is the 4.
Right. And the GQ, the gut intelligence,
is the 1.
Is the 1.
So yeah, so go live fully into that today. I would just say that 4s can make, maybe better than any other type, can make you feel so important and welcome. Nobody greets you like a 4. We have a 4 granddaughter. She just makes us feel like the most important people in the world when she greets us. So go out, take that energy of yours, take that beautiful way that God has created you, take your IQ, your EQ, and your GQ, your 4, your 7, and your 1, and just express God's love wherever you go on this day.
To the 4s on the journey of harmony.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Bless you guys.